Scanning citizen.
69.
Detected. Unemployed.
In between jobs, actually.
Scanning the brain.
I don't want digital ID, you know what I mean? All my information online and stuff, so anyone could end up seeing it. You don't know, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to know information about me, just follow me on Instagram. So much more convenient. All my real information is there. I don't lie about anything. I am 6'10". Don't look into that. So the digital ID system is supposed to have like all our information: passport, driver license, NHS info. And in the UK, we really have like 76% of people have driver license, 86% of people have passports, and 96% of people have Tesco membership. In fact, this isn't the first time that the government tries to introduce this. In 2006, they tried this and then it was thrown out. It is kind of a ridiculous idea, but I understand the convenient aspect of it. Like, it makes it easier for the government to technically spy on us with all that information. Just makes it so much more easier for the government to have all our info for them. But for me, if the government spy on me, I prefer if the government was at least trying their hardest. You know what I mean? I don't want them to just search my name to find all my info. I want them to like work out some stuff, look at some information, maybe even torture some people I know. I don't know. Keir Starmer, the current Prime Minister, says that it's just there to make sure that illegal immigrants don't have an opportunity to like have a job or have like any sort of benefit or anything like that. So that's the implementation of it, but it's kind of ridiculous. Like, it's keeping an identification of every single individual that's already a citizen, so punishing the people who aren't a citizen by making the people who are citizens having to employ this digital ID system now. So I don't know really what Keir Starmer's approach is here. Anyway, I'm gonna break down the con because there's a lot more, and then the pros, and then I'll conclude this video. Let's start with the con. The first con is the whole cost. Initially, it's going to be the taxpayer who's going to pay for everything. So you have to pay for the whole admin, setting up, all that other stuff. So technically, you're giving away your money to give away your privacy. Nice. You know, that's like being with my ex all over again. Please, Felico, take me back. Digital means that there's a high chance that there will be hackers. An opportunity like this with a system all with everyone's information, a hacker can use this to be able to buy anything or even use it to sign people up to random stuff. Like, one time I got hacked and I ended up getting signed up for like this 6 months hentai membership club stuff, and I contacted customer services and they weren't able to give me my refund because they had CCTV camera. But if I was hacked, I would have lost my money and I would have never got any hentai. So, you know, hackers are very dangerous. With the digital system, there are going to be a few people who are unable to use it. And the government is introducing some help to help old people who are unable to use digital. I heard the government's going to make for parents over the age of 50 a minion version for them. But with the digital system, I can see other difficulties. Like, I can see a future where someone's homeless because they forgot their password. Realistically, the major con is that this digital ID system is there to stop illegal immigration. However, illegal immigrants that get paid tend to get paid hidden. So they're not going to all of a sudden just use a digital system. So the next logical step for the government will to make sure everything's digital, everything accessible for the government. So your bank, all other information. So that could mean a cashless society, a society where you're unable to buy anything. It's going to be hard to explain to HMRC that happy endings means that they sing your happy song at the end of your massage. It's just the next logical step. And that's a huge negative. Now, I know Keir Starmer said that it isn't mandatory. You don't have to sign up. But technically, it's mandatory-ish. Like, if you want to go to a hospital and possibly get like a bank loan, or if you ever want to see your kids again. The first pro, let's face it, we all have our information out there. We use social media, we use our phones. It's kind of hard to get out of it. We use it for login to Amazon, we use it to log into YouTube, we use it to log into everything. Even if we use a fake information, we still have our IPs that connect to our address. So having this one other digital information is when it just makes it convenient for the government and everything doesn't really make much of a difference. After all, some people post their breakfast on an American or Chinese app, so it just doesn't matter. But if you do have one of those apps, follow me on Mo Maglio. And it has worked. Like, Estonia and Sweden has it implemented and it does work for them. It allows them to have a much more efficient system. But that's when it works. In Vietnam, it's kind of currently still being developed, so it has a lot of flaws. So it all depends on how well it's implemented. But that's all the pros. That's ridiculous, by the way. The first one being like, well, you know, they already have our information. And the second one being like, well, it kind of could work. They have our information and it could work sounds like the result of a bad one-night stand. So there was a petition and over 2 million people signed it, and that's actually very impressive for how quick it is. There's actually 69 million 69 million people in the UK, so 2 million is about 2.9% of the population. In a short period, that's very impressive. To get this many people all on board for something, that means a lot of people do disagree with this. But the government replied back anyway, and technically all they said was, shh, just we're doing it anyway. So it looks like it's inevitable. But anyway, whee! So to conclude, I have been stopped by the police. I was pulled over. I didn't have any ID with me, but they had my information. So technically they have something like this. I don't know what this is. I'm not gonna lie to you. What it really is the difference between this and what they really have. From what I know, there's no real legislation or legality around this. They don't really have to or need to implement it. That's why it's not mandatory. And if everyone decides not to use it or go ahead with it, then really there's nothing that the government can do. And there is a high chance it won't go through because really it's not winning any polls when it comes to Keir Starmer or anyone in Labour. Like other political parties are going against this, and that's increasing their popularity. So to implement this could be very, very difficult. But if I was to recommend for the government how to implement something like this, a digital ID system, I think trying to make social media system. Get some celebs, get some hot people, make it fun, you know what I mean? Digital ID, the new place to be, make all these posts. Before you know it, there's going to be information that the government never even asked for. It's like how China has that one app for everything, but you make it the one app for everything as well. Wow, we really are getting close to being like China. But yeah, get some hot celebs, make a great ad, and before you know it, people are going to be up for this digital ID.
Brit Digital ID is the new social app where you can tell your friends and your friendly government what you've been up to. So what are you waiting for? Download it. Or, you won't be able to work.
Oh look, I'm being followed by MI6. I don't know where the system's going to go. I have no idea why they're going to implement this stupid idea and stuff. I think with the IDs we already have, it should be sufficient enough. There's no need to increase this, but it could possibly increase the rest of the world. But we'll see what happens. I've been Mo Maglio. Cool. This is my new ID. I hope you like it. Thank you very much for watching. Do check out the other videos. Do check out my social media, Instagram, all that kind of other stuff. I know I've said it many times and everything. I appreciate all the views, subscribe, like, all that other stuff. I've been Mo Maglio. Cool.